All right, everyone. Good morning to the initial Sunday morning episode where we are going to look back at the week, lessons learned, and kind of take it from there. So, Friday, we saw the stock market go down. We are attempting to learn day trading, trading long, not short. So it was a watch and learn day. We did not really do any trading, few trades just to make sure we knew how the buttons worked. But other than that, nothing really to talk about this week as far as trades we did. But we will be talking to how the market reacted to a small company meeting all their goals for the quarter and how the stock market world, the finance world, the tech world, the semiconductor world did not like this. So they started risk selling off everything. Really, it was dumb. Stock market's down, but I guess we have to learn this. All right, everyone. So on the screen, you see a chart. This probably looks familiar. This is from Friday. When you're trying to learn and your position you're learning on is you're trying to go long and not short, it's a rough day for you. That's fine. Great learning opportunity for me, right? So all day Friday, I didn't look at the news. I wanted to watch this. I watched a few other things, but I did not look directly at the news. I wanted to wait till this weekend so I can kind of process everything. So this weekend, as I look at the news, and I am using the news function here in Thinkorswim to get this information. Actually really like that fact that I can, narrow down my news to the stocks I'm messing with. But essentially, this came down to investors overhyped something in their own mind, had unreasonable expectations in their own mind. The stock didn't hit their unreasonable, unknown, unspoken expectations. It's just dumb. And this is just as bad as anything you see in the corporate industry as a regular employee, dude. So I want to make sure I give this to you guys properly. So Broadcom, giant chip maker, right? They beat all of their expectations for last quarter. I don't know exactly what those expectations are, but it sounds like they met all of their goals for that quarter, which is awesome. You would think that would be good news, right? But you pair that with the unemployment rate in the United States not going down, but staying the same at 4.3%, while we added 172,000 jobs. They were predicting 85,000. That's more good news. That's some good news right there, right? Right now, we have Broadcom met their goals. Good. I don't work at Broadcom, nor do I, care that much, but it seems like good news, right? And we see that we have unemployment rate staying where it is, adding new jobs. So why'd the market go down? Well, apparently the investors for Broadcom expected more. Apparently they had a really, really high expectation of what was going to happen with AI and the ROI on artificial intelligence. And apparently that was not met. So it caused a lot of people to sell off to remove that risk. And at the same time, I don't understand how unemployment rates in the United States is causing the market to go down. They're saying that because unemployment rate stayed at 4.3%, it didn't go down, but we added all these new jobs. Everyone got scared that they're not going to lower interest rates and they're going to keep them high. Well, I don't know. 4.3%, sorry, not 4.3%. The average interest rate, I looked it up a while ago. The federal interest rate, let me get that up for you. The federal funds target rate sets in a range of 3.5 to 3.75%. Okay. The U.S. prime rate is set at 6.75%, which acts as a benchmark for many consumer loans like credit cards, personal lines of credit. I guess, this is what you're going to be actually seeing when you go to buy a car or something like that. Or a home. That's really what we're looking at, I guess. Maybe not a car. I don't know if they use that prime rate for cars or not. We can look that up sometime, or somebody hit it up in the comments. Let me know. Is this U.S. prime rate the same rate they use for cars as homes? But yeah. So I want to know, like, hey, seems like the federal rate is good, U.S. prime rate not. What's the difference? Okay, so the U.S. prime rate comes in, and basically whenever the federal interest rate comes in, commercial banks add 3% for profit. That makes sense. I mean, they need to make their profit their business. I think sometimes they make more profit than they should, but I digress. It doesn't matter. Yeah, so that was really kind of an eye opener for me. Like, why didn't realize there was two different rates there. So that great growing experience for me, learning about the prime rate there. And I did not realize that, with good news of unemployment, not being awful, I didn't realize rates were going to fall. I would expect with good news from various companies that we would not see the market operate this way. It really reminds me of working in the corporate world where I just came from. You can meet all your goals, but somebody has some goal they didn't even tell you about in the back of their mind. And then when end of year comes, or when, end of quarter comes, and why wasn't this done? She didn't know anything about it. Didn't know that was the standard you wanted. I thought we had agreed on XYZ. So yeah, the market reacts off expectations more than it does good news or bad news, from what I'm hearing, which is especially when no one's really put out those expectations like this. When you're Broadcom and you put out, what you're trying to accomplish for the year, your goals, everything, that should be the standard. I don't understand why someone wanted to add to it and was mad when Broadcom didn't meet that goal. Really stupid idea, but it is what it is. That's really what's happened. So, all right, guys, that's all we have this morning. I'm going to keep it kind of short on Sunday, so just keep in mind, stock market apparently works more off expectations than good or bad news, and apparently meeting all your goals isn't always enough. Sometimes you need to exceed expectations you didn't know were there. So we'll see what happens next week in the market, and hopefully we learn something. Take care. Have a good week.